Hello, and welcome to another week at the bungalow. No, we haven't disappeared, and yes, we are still building. Thank you for all your comments and likes, and thank you for sticking with us and keeping that subscription up. So we finally got to the stage where we're finishing off the bathroom, and at this point I'm measuring up and getting some glass shelves in the far end of the bathroom, so in the alcove that we created. Couple of glass shelves exactly the same as we used upstairs, or very similar to, so toughened glass with little stainless steel brackets. Good thing is we've got the blockwork wall behind here, so it's screwing in lovely, and also plasterboard on the sides. Pretty delicate though, unfortunately, and have to be careful when manoeuvring with the piece of glass. As much as it's toughened, I'm sure it'd still chip or break pretty easily. That's first shelf in, fitted into place. It's got the brackets have small adjustment screws on the underside with rubber feet on them, so you can sort of clamp the glass into place, stop it sort of moving around and falling out. And then to get things looking good, we're following the grout lines for the shelves, so as much as possible the shelves disappear into the wall, and then using the laser to get the brackets exactly in the right place. I absolutely love the pole for the laser level. Makes life so much easier than trying to prop it on different things, and the adjustment's pretty fine as well. It's great for doing things like we did in the upstairs bedroom when we were getting the panelling absolutely level or upright. The only thing it can be is as you're moving around on the floor, you can sort of jog it around a bit, but that's about it. Those who haven't used these before, it sort of wedges itself between the ceiling and the floor with a big rubber pad, and it's sprung loaded, so you put your foot on it to wedge it in between. Thankfully got those measurements right on the glass, so that's the last piece in place. Get rid of the dust off the woodwork before we put the covering panel in. So that was just a piece of leftover flooring, and then we put a oak bead on the front. So it's all those last little jobs just to finish off. Architrave going round the door. Had to knock a bit of plaster off in that top right hand corner just to get the levels right and same out with the door lining. And as always, you run out of grit fill just at the right point. Get up, come in. This is something different for us. We've gone with shutters for the front of the house and look pretty good, or we're hoping look pretty good up against the grey of the windows or the anthracite of the windows. And then as far as the front of the house is concerned, it'll all look the same. So we'll have the same shutters across the bathroom, the hallway and the lounge windows. So these have been ordered online. We measured up, ordered online and delivered. Very swift service. We went for the sort of composite plastic, for want of a better way of looking at it. There was a wooden cord sort you could get that still had the plastic on the outside. We had some samples sent through of different colours. This one matches the colour of the skirting and doors that we're using inside. Just measuring around the perimeter of the window frame, getting the spacing right for the shutter frame that needs to go into place. Needed to be far enough out so I got around the window handles or the latches, whatever you want to call them. Offering up to see if it fits. When you were measuring these, you had to measure across in 3 places to allow for slight variations in the squareness of the window. We found that they fitted pretty well. And as we've got plasterboard all the way around the outside, it's just be a matter of screwing into that plasterboard just to stop the frame falling out. The actual shutters are pretty lightweight though. And as you can see, the gap around the edge is pretty minimal. I mean, if you wanted to, you could put some sort of caulking round to cover it up and then paint it in. I think in the end we just left it with the gap because it wasn't too upsetting. Biggest problems with these tends to be the flex in the frame. So you comes with some packers which you put all the way around the outside to make sure that the frame actually stays nice and square and you don't pull it in when you're putting the screws in. I think that's probably the biggest danger. Once it's all screwed into place, just a matter of slotting the shutters in. I think it gives you about a sort of 2 or 3 mil gap all the way around the outside of the shutters, and they have adjustability on the hinges so you can raise or lower them. So we went for the 4-part one so that it matched up with the sort of 2 parts of the window. Rather than being 2 big shutters, we went for the 4 so you could sort of fold them away if you did want to get them out of the way. And then the hinges have adjustment on both the ones on the frame and the ones in between them. So if you need to line them up or lift it slightly, you can do. They also supply packers to put behind the hinges. So if you are slightly out on the vertical, you can pack out the bottom or the middle just to get it lift the centre of the shutters up slightly. And then the hinges all slot together with the pins that go down the middle of the hinge and hold them into place. And then there's a cover strip so you can see where the screws are on the frame. There's a cover strip that goes over that. So they're a neat package, and they do make it look, you know, all of it sort of thought about. They've got magnetic catches that hold them into place. Where we've got all the plastic etc. on these, they sort of, you struggle to get them to lie nice and flat. But once all the plastic's picked up and all the jambs of the shutters close up nicely, it's all good. And the magnetic catches hold them there quite happily. So as this week draws to a close, I thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one.